everybody, I am the Mademoiselle and this is my channel. Welcome to another reaction. I literally cannot get enough of the hair horror stories because it's just like the fact that not only we spend so much money on hair, but then we go to these shitty ass stylists and then continuously complain about how they treat us is absolutely batshit to me. And I know y'all can't get enough of these either. So of course, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, but most importantly, comment down below. What are some of your hair horror stories? Because y'all already know if you've been here before, I've been telling a lot of my stories for years. And just a little tidbit for story times, vlogs, other personal content, they're now housed on my personal channel. And of course, all my Haitian content is now housed on my Haitian channel. Don't ask me to do more of this or more of that. That has absolutely nothing to do with this channel, which is specifically for rants, reactions, and commentary, specifically pertaining to Black people. So without further ado, let's get into the reaction. But of course, I have to thank today's sponsor, Fume. No, I'm not smoking, but just wait. But more on that later.
So somebody's hairstylist canceled on me literally a couple minutes before the appointment. This is why I do my own hair. And this is why I still have this fucking bonnet on. But she literally at 1:04 or 1:05, it don't even matter. Minutes before the appointment, she gonna text me, talk about, hey, can we reschedule for a later time? I have to pick up my son, he's sick. I was like, ain't no way this is happening to me. Mind you, I have a trip to go to Mexico in 2 days. So what am I about to do?
This is sad. Like, I don't understand. Like, a lot of these stylists not only have like the craziest rules, but then they'll want you to be on time. They want you to have everything on point, but for whatever reason, they can't even do the bare minimum of actually carrying out your appointment when you need it to be done. They like to cancel. And then all of a sudden it's the deposit is non-refundable. Like, it's a whole bunch of hoopla. It's a whole lot of mess. And that's why I don't blame a lot of y'all for like doing your own hair, to be quite honest. But at the same time, I feel like as Black women, we deserve the luxury of having our hair done just like any other race or ethnicity of woman. And it kind of pisses me off, like, that, you know, a lot of us have to resort to, you know, having to do our own hair and shit like that. Like, I'm just happy I found my stylist, and she's been my stylist for the past, like, maybe like 6-7 years. She did my wigs, now she does my locks, and yeah, like, I just can't.
I had a whole plan of what I was going to do today and everything, and this just messed up all my plans. And here I am on camera with a bonnet on. I don't ever get on camera with a bonnet on. This shit right here is going to make me go crazy. My whole week is fucked up. Like, now I have to go back to looking for a new stylist to do my hair, just to do some knotless boho braids. Like, that is irritating. Yeah, I had to come on here and get that off of my chest because, I don't know, this shit was an experience. And this is exactly why I don't get my hair done. And then y'all wonder why people be getting irritated with y'all and like not wanting to book with hairstylists, and we figuring things out on our own and doing our own hair, nails, lashes because of stuff like this. I can do my own hair, but this is we're paying for convenience.
I definitely agree. Like, I don't like the fact that a lot of people are like, well, just do your own hair. You want to go through this? Like, I completely agree with her, because like I can't stand the whole idea and like how people be like, well, do your own hair. You wouldn't be going through this if you did your own hair or you learned to do your own hair. It's like, so we have to literally do everything ourselves. Like, we already always talk about how Black women always have to struggle. Black women always have to like be the pillar of the community. Black women always have to like do this, that, and the third. And it's like, God damn, I can't even get my hair done. I can't get my nails done. I can't get a wax service. It's annoying, because it's like, I get the whole do-it-yourself culture, but it gets to a point where like, God damn, when can I sit down and relax and get a good fucking service? And you would think, since hair is so important to the Black community, like that would be something that would be sacred, something where people just wouldn't commoditize it. You guys understand, okay? Wouldn't just give a fuck about money only and be so greedy and be so unprofessional. But unfortunately, that's where we are. And I think now is the perfect time to thank today's sponsor, Fume. Now, you guys probably looked at this like, oh, Yvana, you smoke? Absolutely not, okay? Like, you know, I have my moments, but this is a Fume, and I absolutely love this. I worked with Fume before, and it's definitely been one of my favorite handheld devices. Fume is a natural plant-powered tool designed to elevate your daily rituals, and it uses essential oil-infused cores made from sustainably sourced wood. It's simple, intentional, but most importantly, it encourages mindfulness and routine. It is not electronic. There is no vapor. It's literally just air. There's no artificial chemicals. It's crafted from premium Canadian maple, and even better, it is reusable. Like literally, once you got a Fume, like that's all you really need. All you need to do is get different air cartridges. And what's even cooler is like there's so many different flavors right now. I'm on the mint, and I just can't get enough of it. Literally, it's portable, it's stylish, it looks good, it feels good. Like literally, there's like a nice weight to this. And even cooler, you could kind of like turn it on and turn it off, but not really. You kind of just like shift it close, and you no longer could pull from it. You're no longer, I guess, wasting air per se. And then you go and you fessa, you open it up and you're Gucci. This is ideal for people trying to elevate their mindfulness routines, trying to relax, but most importantly, really work on focus. Now, if you guys are not aware, I have ADHD. So like I have like a lot of fidgeting that I do. And it's sad because like I'm also bipolar, I have depression and all of that. I stopped taking my meds literally. Shout outs to me. It's been a year without me taking my meds. All right. And I feel great despite all the shit that I go through all the time. Like I'm actually fine. I'm very stable. I still go to therapy. But the thing that bothers me every single day is my ADHD, because I'm constantly like, I have to fidget. Okay, so I have poppets. I have like little fidget things because it's like, it's hard for me to focus if I don't have something to play with. So this right here, love, because it's like, I twist it around, I flip it, I twinkle it, and it's just like, it's great. And it helps me focus because then I have something to do with my hands, because I'm always having to do stuff with my hands. So definitely super great. But most importantly, it's perfect for those of us that are trying to build new habits. With that being said, make sure you guys check out Fume down below. Everything you need is going to be there in the description or in the pinned comment. And without further ado, let's get back into these reactions.
So I'm getting married in 3 weeks. I've been getting this straightening treatment. It's called like a Japanese straightening treatment on my hair because it's very curly, for like the last 2 years. And today I went to go get it again because it'll grow out at the roots and then you have to get the roots redone. Went to get it again at a new salon that's closer to my house. It seemed weird from the beginning. Like they went to put the product on my hair, and every time that I've done it, they don't put it directly on the root. Like they started a little bit off of the root because it's not good for it to touch the root of your hair. But this woman just like lathered it all on there. And I was kind of like, I mean, you're the professional. Like I'm not one to kind of argue with people. Like I assume that people know what they're doing. So that was the kind of first thing that was weird. And then the second thing is like, it was left on for such a long time. Like usually I'll say that it's left on for like 20 minutes, like 25 minutes or something. Like if I were to guess, like this was on for like 45, 50 minutes. It was so long. And this woman was like doing somebody else's hair while she was doing mine. So I don't know if like she was paying attention to the time. I don't know what was going on. But ultimately she washed my hair and she started to comb my hair out. And I started to see like these clumps of hair coming out on the comb, and I was like it didn't even register at first, but then I saw this like look of concern on her face, and she was like, just staring at me like she saw a ghost. And I was like, is everything okay? Like, did it come out good? Like, how is it looking? And she's like, oh yeah.
Y'all, I swear to God, I'd be in jail. You're not about to have clumps of my hair falling out during service, and I'm not about to literally whoop your ass. Like, that's where the old me would come out. Like, whoo! I will say it's fascinating, right? Because, like, I feel like a lot of us, like, we kind of tend to think, like, it's only Black women going through these struggles. But, like, y'all, the amount of stories that I've seen and that I've heard in real life and on the internet with, like, other races and ethnicities of women going through hairstylist horrors is insane. Like, there are so many stories out there, and it's just sad. Like, why the hell, like, as women, can't we just relax and get a good service? Like, it's just so unfortunate. Like, it sucks worse, I'll say, for Black people and Black women as a whole, because I feel like, you see a majority of the horror stories there, but it's like you'll see other people going through the same thing. Like, what the fuck is really just wrong with this industry? Like, what is up with y'all? It's like, do y'all care about y'all jobs? And I feel like I have a lot of friends that are hairstylists, right? A lot of friends that are just like in that cosmetology space. And I realize a lot of them started off as a passion. It's something they truly love. It's something they truly care about. But then eventually, like, people wear them down. situations piss them off. They start getting tired. They start getting carpal tunnel, okay? Arthritis. And it's like, it just stops being enjoyable, and it stops being something that you're passionate about. And I think that that's with everything that you have as a hobby or that you're doing on the side that you end up making a career. Eventually, it gets to a point where you just stop giving a fuck. Okay? It comes to a point where you're just like, I really don't care to do hair anymore, but it pays the bills, so why not? So I think a lot of that is where this stems from.
No, it looks great. And then, like, it didn't sound very believable, so I, like, turned around and, like, looked at the ground, and, like, my entire head of hair was basically laying on the floor. Like 50-75% of my hair. And I just literally sat there, like, in shock. And she sat there and she was just like, it must have been whatever was on your hair before that did this. And it's like, I just didn't know what to do. I called my husband and I started crying. I've been crying for like 5 hours since this happened. And now, again, like my wedding's in 3 weeks. And I have like no hair anymore. Like, that's all that I have left back here.
Y'all, her hair is thin as fuck. Like, if she said clumps fell out and that's what she left with, that's wild. Like, I'm looking like, it's like she don't got no hair in the middle of her head. Like, I could tell just from looking at the front. Child, shout out to extensions. You better throw them clip-ins in, baby.
And ultimately, it's like almost like this mullet effect where, like, from here down, like, I lost hair, but, like, it's patchy. Up here, I have, like, nothing. And anything that I do have is, like, is completely fried. Like, all of the top of my head is just completely fried. And I'm getting married, and I had done the trial, and, like, it looks so beautiful, and I literally just don't know what to do right now. I talked to somebody about getting extensions. They wanted to charge me $2,000 to put extensions in my hair, and they couldn't.
Girl, if you don't cut it out, look up some alternatives. Go on Amazon, okay? At $2,000 fucking dollars. Black women not even spending that much, and we spend a lot on fucking hair. Don't play with me. $2,000 for what exactly? Like, are we talking about the micro links? Or we don't need that. Okay, you just trying to get your hair back healthy, trying to look good for your wedding, just get some nice little clip-ins from Amazon, from the booty supply, from a friend that sell it on the corner. I don't fucking know. But, like, no, do not by any means spend $2,000 on this.
Guarantee that it was going to look good because of, obviously, the structure of my hair right now. I talked to another hairdresser who said that she wouldn't put any extensions on my hair because of how damaged it is. So now I'm looking for wigs. I've never worn a wig before. I don't really know what I'm doing, and there's like bald spots on my head now. And I don't know what to do. Like, I have like 3 weeks to figure something out.
Listen, get some clip-ins and then go to the courthouse and sue that place, sue that lady. I don't give a fuck. Sue everybody. Sue her dog, sue her husband, sue the panties off that bitch, because it's the audacity. And like the fact that she looked at you and said, oh, it must be something that was on your hair before. Absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, what? Like, I'm about to look at these comments real quick, because what? All right, someone said, please trust your gut. Always speak up. Now get a lawyer. Please tell me you didn't pay. Call your wedding hairstylist. I am so sorry. No, seriously. Me out the door. I messaged the hairstylist, and she's going to schedule a meeting to see what are my options. Half wig or topper is the best bet. No extensions. Find a wig shop and get measured. I'm so sorry this happened to you, but promise you're stunning. You're stunning. Some of these comments aren't helpful. Yeah. Call a lawyer. Hear me out. Okay. Yeah. To be quite honest with you, this happened in 2023, so I'm sure she found a solution. I'm not going to look at that. Everything's going to be linked down below if you want to follow up with the story. But it's just deeply unfortunate, because it's like we go and get our hair done to feel pretty, right? You know, to have it done for a special occasion, to, you know, take care of our hair, maintain the health of it. And, you know, you're paying premium price, especially when we're talking about like these treatments. And then you go in and shit like this happens. And then they trying to gaslight you like, see, no. child, I hope she ain't paid for real, because absolutely not. Like, this is just sad.
Paul Mitchell, count your days. Count your days starting today. Start now. This is my friend that was in Mama Mo on my last hair horror story. It was about time for me to get my color fixed because I was tired of looking at that mayhem on my head. I mean, you couldn't even tell I had brown on my head unless the light was beaming on it. Every time I looked at my hair, I just kept being reminded of my hair horror story. I let a couple months go by before I decided to correct my brown and touch up my roots. This is a cosmetology school. I already didn't go to them first because I'm like, you're not finna be playing on my head and you learning. But this is my friend doing my hair, and she's learning from people who know how to color, right? Right? Wrong. You have people who specialize in color making sure that you correct my color. Everything going smooth so far. They corrected my brown. I didn't even get a weird feeling like I did in the last shot. But this where it gets wicked. They had me sign a paper that said if they messed up my hair, it wasn't their fault. Now I'm starting to see.
At this point, y'all like to fucking suffer. Why the fuck do you already have a fucked up hair color and then you go to a hair school to fix said fucked up hair color? Qu'est-ce que tu veux? What did you expect was going to happen? What do you exactly want from this experience? Because you already had damaged hair with bad color, and then you go into a hair school where these people are not fully licensed, and then they make you sign a waiver that says if they mess up your hair, it's not their fault. Like, what? What are we doing here? What are we doing?
I can guess everything. People swear I don't ask questions, baby. About my hair, I'm asking them all. You can tell by the way my friend was just tired of me asking every last question in the book because she was even trying to make sure she was getting me together. It's good so far, right? I'm checking out the brown because now I got PTSD. I'm scared that the brown will turn black again. I was praying, not again, please not again. So far, the brown is looking like the color I initially wanted. One of her teachers suggested that we take some of the yellow out the blonde, and I'm like, okay, cool, you the professional, you know what you're doing. I'm going to take your advice. It don't sound too bad. She thinking they telling her to tone the blonde and everything like that whole time. They didn't put more chemicals in my head. Paul Mitchell, why do you have a blow dryer that barely blows? She was on one part for 1 hour and it still wasn't blown out. I walked out of so-called hair school with patchy blonde hair. Y'all supposed to know this, man. Whole time the initial lady who actually knew how to do color never came back, and we got stuck with somebody who didn't know how to do color, and she painted and experimented on my head. I must got a hit on my name that say playing her hair, because ain't no way it's happening to me again.
Comment faire cheveux pas bon? Your hair's not good, and then you go to a hair school to fix it. Like, that just doesn't even make any logical sense. At that point, you did it to yourself. And that style, it's not giving. I'm sorry, and I hate to be that person. It's not giving. I don't like this. I ain't got nothing to say. I really don't got nothing else to say, because it's just like, why are we making ourselves suffer?
Hey y'all, let me tell y'all the story of my very first hairstylist horror story. This hairstylist is in New Orleans. Her name is Bossy Glam's Studio. I'm gonna put her name up here somewhere. But basically, I went to her a couple days ago for a sew-in, my first sew-in ever, and it was not what I was expecting. It was also really expensive, but I paid the price because I wanted a certain look, and I saw that she could do that look, and so I went for it. I paid $245 for a flip-over sew-in, a versatile flip-over sew-in with wand curls.
I'm sorry. I hate to pause it so early, but I have too much to say. First of all, I don't want to be that person. I genuinely don't. She's probably mixed. So I'm going to say this assuming she's mixed race and she might have natural textured hair. But for the most part, I know that a lot, okay, not all, a lot of mixed women tend to have very loose textured hair. Women with loose textured hair genuinely should not be getting braids, should not be getting sew-ins, should not be manipulating their hair the same way Black women with kinkier, or I should say more coarse hair, manipulate their hair, because their hair is softer, it's thinner, and it's more prone to breakage. So I'm just saying this based off of just looking at her. I don't know. She could be Hispanic, she could be white, she could be mixed. The whole thing is throwing me for a loop. $245 for a sew-in. I remember when sew-ins was $60, babe. The most I've ever paid for a sew-in was maybe $150, and that's because it was at one of these little bougie Haitian salons or whatever. That was like a long time ago. $200 some odd dollars for a sew-in, for a basic ass service. Not even like that's. Kob nou genyen, y'all got a lot of bread.
To me, that's expensive because I wasn't seeing nobody else charge that. But again, like I said, I was willing to pay that price because I liked how she did the style. Plain and simple. So my appointment was for 3:30 in the afternoon. And I've been to her before. I've been to her twice before. Once was for a wig install a couple years back. It was my first wig install. I had no complaints. It was nice. It was good. And then I went to her again recently back in December for a clip-in install. And I actually kept those clip-ins for a really long time, probably longer than I should. I didn't take them out until like early February. So I had them for about 2 months. So I've been to her before and I had never had a bad experience with her. So this was really just off the wall. Like I didn't expect this to happen with her. But basically I had an appointment for 3:30. I showed up and she had somebody in her chair still. I didn't mind. I probably waited like 10 minutes or so to get in her chair, but I didn't mind. And then we got to talking about how I wanted to style. Now prior to my appointment, like maybe a week in advance, I was texting her because I really wanted a flip over, but I also wanted to be able to put my hair into a deep side part if that was possible, because that's just my comfort style and I just like versatility. She basically told me at first, no, I can't do it. And then she went back and was like, I actually can do it, but it's going to be a lot of leave out. So I had to sit and think about that. And I just decided that I was just going to go with the flip over and let it be. So when I got into her chair, she asked me if I still wanted to try the side part. And I just told her, I wasn't really sure. I just really want to make sure that my hair falls in my face a certain way. So she was like, okay, that's no problem. I'll just sew the tracks in a certain way so that you get that effect that you're looking for. I'm like, cool. She knows what she's talking about. No big deal. So while she was doing my hair, I really had no complaints. I will say that the braid down was a tight braid down, but this is my first sew-in, so I didn't really know any better, and I just let it be. And I've heard that sew-ins are kind of tight once you first get them installed, so I just let it be. I assume that this is what comes with the style, right? So we got done about like 6:30 or so. It was dark outside when I left, and I didn't really spend too much time like looking at my hair like close up because it looked really good from afar. I'm like, oh, this fine. Paid her money, and then I went about my way. When I got home, like 30
wait,
minutes,
what do we mean it look good from afar? What does that mean? Mais je comprends ça veut dire. What, did she not hand you a mirror? Did you not grab your phone and say, oh, let me look? Like, y'all, I'll be in a fucking dentist chair trying to look at what the fuck they doing in my mouth. So I only need to tell you about my hair. Like, I trust my hairstylist tenfold, so I don't look to the end. But like, if I go to someone new or whatever the case may be, I'm in the mirror. I'm in my phone. I'm fuck out of here. Like, y'all just, I don't,
was looking at my hair under like bright light, and I could see all of my tracks right here. Like it was just so much track exposed. And obviously that was weird to me. And I know she saw that because she was the one doing my hair. So when I saw that, I took a picture of it. And I'm going to put the picture right here too. When I saw that, I took a picture of it.
Where's the picture at?
And I sent it to her. Because why would you leave my hair like this? Okay, this is the picture I'm talking about. These are my tracks. You can see them all right there. And then you can also tell that there's not a lot of leave out being left out right here. Like if I can show y'all right here, this is literally where my leave out stops. At this point, that's not even leave out. That's baby hair. That's not leave out. On this side of my head, my leave out stops all the way back here. So she pulled out buku leave out on this side and nothing on this side, which is weird because this is where my part goes. And I told her that my part goes this way. But there you go. Lo and behold, there's my tracks. I have a problem with this. So once I noticed this, I took a picture. I took her the picture that I just showed y'all, and I just was like, hey, I see my tracks. Like, how can we fix this? She did provide some solutions, and at first, I didn't really mind. I didn't really want to just glue in the tracks like she said to because, like, I wanted to sew in, and I'm thinking about, longevity and long term. When I want to wash my sewing, the tracks gonna come out. I'm gonna have to glue them back. I didn't really want that, and so. Originally, I opted to just take it down and redo it. But the more I thought about it, I felt like that wasn't a smart idea because if my head is already tight, aching and hurting from a sew-in, I think it would be silly to take it out and do it all over again almost immediately. That's like asking for traction alopecia, and I don't think it's a good idea. So I did end up taking that back, like literally the next day.
Y'all, so I was right. Her hair is thinner. The stylist said that. Like, you probably could see it because your hair is thin. Like, when girls like this, right? And I'm just speaking based off of assumption because I don't know if she's mixed. I don't know if she's black. I don't know if she's white. I don't know if she's Hispanic. I don't know. But for the most part, it does look like she has thin or finer hair. The stylist said it also. And I mean, I could tell just looking like at the front of her head, like her hair is not as thick. So it's just like, why do y'all want to do this to your hair? Like, I genuinely do want to know. And I understand a lot of people, it's for the look, it's for the style, it's for the aesthetic, it's because it's trending, I guess. But it don't really make sense to me. Like you guys hear how much like we suffer and how much it fucks our hair up. You think that your hair is not gonna get fucked up? Like, child, it's like the Haitians say, "A la folie." Like some of y'all just want to do shit to do shit. Like you have a longing to do things that just you shouldn't be doing or don't have to do for whatever reason.
So here's my messages from the next day. I just texted her, being respectful and just telling her that, you know, I changed my mind. I didn't want to redo the style. And then I mentioned the rest of the issues that I noticed with my hair. Like, originally, I only just said my tracks was the problem, and I left it at that. But now I've had my hair for at least 24 hours. It was just, not that I wasn't feeling it, but it wasn't my best. And people that know me know my hair is always tea. My hair is so cute. Even if it's just my natural hair, my hair is always tea. So me not loving my hair or my hair not being up to par is very serious to me, especially when I spent $245 on my hair. That's insane. And that's not including the price of bundles. That's not including the price of bundles at all. So I sent her what I thought was a very respectful text message, and she got back to me basically saying that she can't give me that refund, but she'll do my hair again differently. And also, maybe this style just was not for me. Now, this is where I'm confused, right? So, not only can you see my tracks on the side, also I forgot to mention, the night when I first texted her, I ended up just gluing some more tracks in myself right here, but you could still see that it's track. You can still see it literally, but I just did my best, I guess.
This is the thing. I think I have to agree with the stylist with this. I don't think the style was for her hair type, but you as a stylist should have fucking told her, like, I don't think this style is for you. It may not turn out the way you like, which I think there was some sort of variation in that in the beginning of the conversation. However, it's just like, I don't know. A lot of y'all be money hungry and y'all don't give a fuck. You know a style is not for somebody and y'all just do the style anyway. And then it ends up being one of these things. Now she out here dragging your ass and the shit got all these views and all these likes. And it's just like, it's very unfortunate. Should have just refused the service or told her, hey, I could do this for you instead. Also, you guys need to understand that not every hairstyle is for everyone. And I mean, I feel like it's weird because this is where I'm like, I think the client is right, because it's like, um, ma'am, if this wasn't for my hair or you thought my hair was too thin or whatever the case may be, why did you do the service? Like, I would love to hear what y'all think about that down below, because the whole thing is just like, why? What are we doing?
I ended up putting the tracks in myself because I wasn't going to have time to come back to her this week before Mardi Gras. So, and I also have somewhere to be next week. I'm literally going back home next week. So I just did not have time for that. But as time went on, like I said to her, she claimed this was a versatile install. When I put my hair into a ponytail, it is big on the side, like I have a Roblox head. I hope y'all can see in the video good. I hope y'all can see just exactly how big this is. Boom, right there, all of that is track. It's just big and hefty all the way around my head. Boom, there goes track. I can't do nothing with this. You can see the tracks in the back of my head when I pull my hair into a ponytail. This is not nobody's versatile anything. This does not count as nobody's versatile nothing, because my tracks are literally open to the wind, exposed to the world. This is not that. I'm not okay with this. Here's a picture of the back of my head. You can see tracks out once more. You can see tracks again. If I had dyed the back of my head to match the front and they was red, then the tracks would be way more visible. But I was lazy that day, and so my roots are blending in with the tracks. But regardless, you can see my tracks in the back, and you can also see that it's big and bulky in the back.
It's like, I ain't gonna hold you. This low-key seemed like she might have did this shit on purpose, because they don't really make sense. Even with her hair being thin, like, why not just leave more hair out? Am I tripping? I'm not a hairstylist, but like, if I was in the situation and she was adamant in having the hairstyle and I was a professional, I would just leave more hair out so that this doesn't happen. Comment down below if you're a hairstylist. What would you do? Because that's that's the only real solution other than refusing the service.
Because it ain't gonna be mine. That's ridiculous. So here I got this long paragraph because, like I said, she basically was not trying to take the blame for not doing a good job. she was trying to blame it on my hair being fine and that the style is just not for me, whatever the case may be. And in this text, basically to sum it up, I'm telling her that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. First and foremost, I'm a service provider. I know that if my client is asking for something that is not best for her or best for them, I'm going to suggest an alternative. I'm going to alter my technique. Or if they're adamant on wanting it, then that's up to them. I was not that adamant for a flip over. I really wanted a side part like I always get. I was not that adamant. Had she suggested to me a different style, we could have went a different way. Had she adjusted her technique and pulled out the appropriate amount of leave out, we could have went somewhere differently. But I'm telling y'all, she's not taking the blame whatsoever, and I'm trying my best to be cool with her and just ask her for a partial refund. Just a little bit, just some of it. Because this is not okay. Like, I want y'all to see how much leave out I got, for real. This all the leave out.
Oh.
This it. Maybe some people like that. I don't know. Maybe some people do that. But she claimed that my hair is so fine. So if my hair is so fine, why would you not part it a little further back and put a little more hair right there? If my hair is oh so fine. You knew my hair was fine when you did it. And it's not your first time doing my hair either. So you should know these kind of things. As a hairstylist, you should be able to adapt and do something differently. Or just don't do it at all. So after I sent that long text, she basically was like, girl, I can't help you. You're not getting no refund. I'll do your hair differently, but you're not getting a refund. Now, let me ask y'all this. If you did my hair bad one time, why would I want to go back to you and do my hair again? It don't matter if you did my hair good 34 million times prior to. You do my hair bad one time and then refuse to take any kind of like accountability, I'm not coming back to you no more. If it's free or not, I don't care. It's never that serious. So, no, I don't want another hairstyle. But also, I had to go check her policies and see, does it say that the style is not refundable? Because now I have questions. Hey, y'all.
Honestly, this was a hot ass mess. I feel like a lot of y'all need to do research on these styles before you do them. I feel like a lot of y'all need to listen when a hairstylist says no the first time, even though she changed her mind and still did the service. And I feel like, yeah, not everything is for every hair type, but I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions about that story down below. Because, Jesus, that was a ride.
Girls to the front, because we need to help Miss Fly Red get her deposit back from this scamming hairstylist in Baton Rouge. Now, pause to read if you need to, but basically, our good sis made an appointment for a quick weave at 2 o'clock. 11-something, the hairstylist texted her asking her if she could come earlier, like 12:30. Mind you, our good sis already had to go wash and blow dry, so that's the first issue. So trying to do the hairstylist a favor, which she didn't have to do, she went ahead and agreed to come at 12:30 instead of her originally scheduled 2 o'clock appointment that she paid an $85 deposit for. And she told the girl, okay, well, my hair is washed, like, I'm just not blown out. Can you blow it out? And the girl was like, no, you can do that. You want me to do a favor and help you out, but then you can't accommodate me and at least blow my hair out? And you probably was going to run the blow dry through it anyway when I got in your chair. Truth be told. So at this point, our good sis is trying to rush, and she tells the girl, like, okay, I'm going to be there at 12:50. And the girl had the nerve to tell her that she was going to be 20 minutes late because she had a 2 o'clock appointment. And so our good sis is like, no, I'm the 2 o'clock appointment. You asked me to come early. So our good sis, Miss Fly Red, gets there, and the girl then tells her, oh, well, you're going to have to pay an $85 late fee up front. And she did as she should have and told her, I'm not paying $300 for a quick weave, okay? And so the stylist told her, okay, well, you can go. Girl, what? And get this. The reason that she asked the client to come early was because she had a doctor's appointment. So you want to inconvenience the client because you did poor at planning an appointment around your work schedule. So either you can do the hair or you can't, because whether you get the $85 or you don't, you still got to do the hair. Are you going to make the appointment or not? What's it really giving? What's tea? And when I told y'all about my hair horror story last week and y'all was like, oh my God, did you get all your deposit back? Yes, I got my deposit back from all 3 hairstylists, and I've even had to show up at a salon when a stylist ghosted me and didn't want to send me my deposit back. I had to pop up at the job like, hey, remember me, the person whose hair you didn't do? Yeah, I need my money back, thank you. Like she said up here, this is a scam. You hoes are scamming. Y'all are opening y'all books for time slots that y'all know y'all can't work, or you're double booking, and then you moving people around when it's convenient for you and thinking that if they can't accommodate your new schedule, you can keep somebody's money. No, boo. Sis, Miss Fly Red, I'm sorry this happened to you, girl. I hope this helps you get your deposit back.
To be honest, this is a hot ass mess. And I am so happy that the last two stories are out here outing these people, because we need to know who these people are so we don't go to them. This is crazy. And what she said is right. Like, this is becoming like a legitimate scam. Like, you can't sit there and tell me that you think it makes sense for you to have your shit open when you are not available. And then I book it and now it's an issue because you did poor planning. You didn't close your books. And then I try to get my deposit back and it's a problem. Don't play. And it's crazy because all the horror stories are always the same exact complaints. It's almost never unique. And it's like, when are y'all going to understand that y'all the problem? Like, a lot of the times it is. And I know there's a lot of clients that are horrible. I've done the whole client horror story time part of this. But it's just like, a lot of times it's mostly the service providers. And I will say shout out to all you really good service providers that don't do any of this bullshit that we be talking about. But unfortunately, a lot of y'all are not great.
As fuck, bro. I just wasting my fucking money, bro. No, man, it's not that, bro. I should have already knew it was fucking something when she fucking pushed my appointment 30 minutes behind. And then, and I'm fucking aggravated as fuck, bro. I know I'm too pretty for grab, but I just, I don't play about my hair, man. It's just aggravating. This shit unfucking even. It's not fucking moving, bro. I'm pissed.
I hate to be a dick, but it's really giving hair store wig, and there's some really good hair store wigs, so it's giving Party City hair store wig. This is bad. The whole thing looks bad in my opinion. I think a lot of us suffer from wig blindness, lash blindness, nail blindness, because the whole thing together just doesn't look good. I'm sorry. It's not giving.
And then I'm walking down the fucking street crying about no fucking hell, bro. What the fuck?
I mean, I think she tried to skill it. Maybe it's the wig. I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you think it's the wig or do you think it's the stylist? I don't know. Let me scrub through this again so I can look at it.
And then I'm walking down the fucking street crying about no fucking hell, bro.
To be honest, it's giving that the lace just isn't the best, but I'm not a hairstylist.
It's not fucking moving, bro.
The wig just, I can't look at this shit no more. The wig is giving rotten cotton candy. Désolé, I'm sorry, but no. Maybe it's the wig. But nonetheless, like, I want to understand, and mind you, this is coming from someone that has anxiety disorder, right? Like, why pay for a service you don't like? Why not say something then and there? Why walk out, sit there, bitch, cry, complain, and then make videos? Like, I'm either going to tell you something and make a video or not tell you nothing and not make a video. Like, I'm not about to just sit there, bitch, cry and complain about something. And then, like, I'm crying on the internet when I didn't say anything to the person when I was right there. And they could have fixed it or offered a solution or I could have got it for free. It's just, I don't know. Like, you going to hear my mouth at the very least. So, whoo, child, this looks crazy. This probably one of the worst ones I've seen. All right. All right. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. That's the end of this video. Make sure you guys check out my sponsor, Ft.FUM. Everything you need is going to be linked down below. Check out my Haitian channel, which is going to be linked down below as well as my personal channel. Make sure you guys leave a like on your way out. Too many of y'all forgetting that shit. Starting to piss me off. All right. And yeah, I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye.